That's right. That's right. That's right. You know what I heard throughout that entire thing I heard people were active physically. And it's very true. We ate some of the worst stuff. Were they big people when I was growing up? Of course. Always been big people, but wasn't as many. Is this a shot at big people? No. Is this something to possibly get your thoughts going, get your juices flowing, and open your eyes? Maybe. You know what else I heard? I heard socializing. Back in the day when I used to go to the grocery store with my parents, they would go up to the register and it actually was a person they spoke to. I've spoke about this before. Things that we did in order to obtain what we needed, we generally went through another human. So even though there have been times of course, who hasn't had bad customer service? We all have. Why? Because nothing in life is perfect, especially when humans are involved, because there is no human that is perfect, right? But my parents, they were the type that they actually would go to the grocery store, and I remember watching them interact with an actual cashier. Now, I need us to think about this. Majority of the kids growing up nowadays are watching their parents walk up to a computer. Please scan your item. Doop. $4.99. Please place in the bagging item. Come on. COVID, everything. You name it. People socializing has totally gone down the drain. That's why to this day, it fascinates me how they call things like Instagram, Facebook, stuff like that, social media, when it is the most anti-social media platforms I've ever been on in my life. People are weird on social media, and we need to start accepting that fact, okay? Let's stop playing the games, okay? I also heard accountability. That's what I heard. I heard accountability. People actually have accountability. You know, I do remember that. Once upon a time, when the kids was acting up in school, you was worried about them calling your parents. Why? Because you knew your parents was going to listen to what the school had to say. Not saying that your parents, forgive me, got something in my eye. Not saying that your parents wouldn't listen to you or something, right? Not saying that at all. But just simply saying that there was accountability held. The teachers, the principals could call my mother or father and they wouldn't be like, well, now I need to leave my son alone. My angel. No. Well, what are the other kids doing? And just no accountability. Nobody ever taking time to look at themselves. That's something that's been huge. So now, we run around here with, like chickens with our heads cut off, trying to figure, and I'm talking about society. Not moi. No. We stay calm, cool, collected. But I'm seeing a pattern. I'm really, really seeing a pattern here, right? Of people that just don't seem to know how to take time to look inside themselves. Because if I do my part, you do your part, so on and so forth, no one person or any entity, organization has to do a whole lot. You see? So bringing it up to speed to people today, I've never seen so much entitlement, lack of accountability, bad health, horrible attitudes, you name it. I mean, it's been, in my 40 years of living, this is unprecedented. This is an unprecedented event. I'm telling you now. So How can we fix these things? I do ask myself that. I do. I ask myself that at times. What possibly could we do to fix the things that's going on in our communities and what we see out here? Well, the one thing that I would say first and foremost to people is people need to stop feeding the very beast that you keep on complaining about terrorizes your village. Stop feeding the beast. What do you mean by feeding the beast, Smitty? Well, I'll tell you, imaginary people out there in Wonderland. The beast is the entertainment and everything we take in. The music, you name it. See, what it is that people cheer and praise on. I need y'all to take time, and next time that you may be looking at, say, like a TikTok or a YouTube or whatever, something on social media or whatever, right? And it's like some really, like, honestly, it's some dysfunctional, toxic shit going on. Don't pay too much attention to the video. You know what you need to pay attention to? The comments, the chat. People will egg on and gaslight and gas up and put a battery in folks' back to do the most wildest stuff. But then these very people want to fake, like, have concern when real shit hits the fan out here in these streets. Let's give an example. We have these drill artists, right? Now, we have these drill rap artists that will talk about all day killing one another, as in their own. Killing niggas. They don't talk about killing white folks. They don't talk about killing Spanish. They don't talk about killing nothing else but they own. Us as black people will get together, right? And we'll go ahead and be like, we need to stop this violence. We need to, but then I look in the comment sections when these people be going live and they on that split screen on IG or whatever, and they beefing, going back and forth with their ops who share their skin tone and features, by the way. Yeah, about that one. And they'll be going back and forth. Now, why they going back and forth? You know why they keep on going? Because of the chat. Because of everybody lighting it up, gaslighting it. Then, when one of those two, if not both of them, wound up passing away, the very same fake motherfuckers would be in the chat talking about some RIP. Oh, this is messed up. What? You fed that beast. And now that is laying back, picking his teeth with a full belly, you sitting here talking about some how to get a meal? You fed it. You fed that monster. People of today will cheer on and praise the lowest of us. There is no reason why, when a president decides to speak to someone on behalf of the community, they choose a rapper or an athlete. That's the best the community can do. I'm just asking a question. I know it's uncomfortable and I'm not giving you feel good, and you know, we so used to just folks being good old boys and girls and just going along with the fuckery. Nah, not this one. This one stands for something. I told you that. Legs missing and all, I still stand for something. Right? So, the people of today, in comparison to the people of yesterday, We genuinely had to work for something. And it took a lot to work for what it was that we worked for. We had to have patience. We had to know what it was like to fail and try again. We also know what it's like to be in a competition, and at the end of it, everybody does not get a trophy. No, the winners got the trophy. The losers had to try again next year. And that's what it was. And wasn't nothing personal about it. And we all knew what time it was. Why do you say these things, Smitty? Because the way people move nowadays is only making society weaker. You can be comfortable all you want. Is society more cushy? Absolutely, it is. It is. It's sweet. At least here in America, right? Shout out to the USA. Right? Like all of these things, I get it. If you want to come up on camera, you have to say so. But other than that, if you really think about it, people of yesterday actually had something that they really fought for and they really strived for. Nowadays, people really think that striving for something means just getting to a bag. That's one part. Do you know what else it takes? Or has society and those around you made you believe that that's all that's important? Because last time I checked, some of the richest people were the most miserable. I don't know. I could be wrong, but last time I checked. And I talk to a couple of multimillionaires on YouTube often. So I get a chance to dibble and dabble in those circles and those spheres. Because I've changed my circle. So I get to hear inside, close up, what it is that these people deal with and go through. So this is not just speculation. For anything at all, when it comes to like how we want the world to view us, how you want to be perceived by others, and even yourself, most importantly, right? Well, the thing that I noticed is that back in the day, people actually did something about their issues. If you were depressed, you didn't just sit around and bitch and complain and want people to get you out your depression. We all have our moments of it, and then you get the fuck up and you get on about your business. Smitty, you sound very harsh. What do you know about it? I don't know. Maybe been diagnosed with it since I was 12. Been on everything from a Zoloft, a Trazodone, you name it. You name it. Been down that bridge. Don't want to go back. All right? So I am speaking on personal experience. Society nowadays is to the point where most people are unhealthy mentally and physically because of depression and what it is that this world projects out to us. How can people fix that? You know, how can people fix that, right? It can be fixed. It can be fixed by you being active, by you socializing, and by you taking accountability and taking charge of your life. One more time. By you being active, by you being social, and by you being accountable for the things that take place in your life. Not keep on pointing fingers at other people. Period. been locked up, prison, 7 years or so. Yeah, 7 and some change. I've been on the streets. I ran the streets. Right? Been through physical pain with my accident. So I know all about having a reason to go ahead, bitch, whine, and complain. I'm an amputee, for crying out loud. I have every excuse in the world to just curl up on some sucker shit. Open the door, fool. Come on. I'm on live. Stop. Nah, but what I do, I keep shit moving. I keep it moving. You good, fool? What's up? Ain't nothing. Good luck.
Wait.
Look, I'm on live, fool. Anyway, so I know how to make, keep things moving. I know how to go ahead and continuously make sure that I do what? Prevention, because that's better than the cure. Prevention is always better than the cure. So people are so worried about trying to figure out how can I put this fire out instead of you doing damage control in the first place. Do damage prevention instead of, there we go. Damage prevention as opposed to damage control. Prepare for a flood. You should prepare for one. Why? Just in case. You already got your raft and your extra food ready to go, right? Don't we all know that it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it? Well, that goes for what you need to get through this life. I made it as far as I made it because of my upbringing, what it was that was tolerated and what wasn't tolerated. Parents weren't trying to be their children's friends when I were coming up. They were fucking parents. And children weren't trying to run the house. They stayed in a place. Although we all bucked and things at times, who didn't? But we all stayed in our place. So, if anything out here is going to be changed, we have to remember these days right here, which I'm about to bring